Hi folks, I'm Peter Harris and you're watching Ashton's Cars, and today we've got the 67 plate, so that's this Elite 2017 model Mercedes A180. This is the AMG-Line model, diesel. So as you can see, a very pretty looking car in bright red. I do have a bit of a thing myself for a bright red car, especially on a nice sunny day like this. It's bitterly cold, but beautifully bright here today. And as you can see, this Merc really does look stunning in this light. So I'm going to show you around the car a little bit. I'm actually using this car myself at the moment, enjoying driving it, enjoying the tech that this car's got, because it's got a lot of cool tech in it, which things like Carplay and stuff like that, which you get on these newer A-classes. And show you some of the features of it. It is going to be available for sale on our site very shortly. So first of all, let's just give you a quick scan around the car. AMG Line essentially means you get all the gear on the car, you get all the sporty bits. It is a fairly economical car, this. It's a 1.5 litre diesel under the bonnet, but 120 horsepower, which is good for 0 to 60 in 30.5 seconds. So it's no slouch, but it's generally a car that's designed for high economy. And I did a bit of a run in it the other day and I was getting just over 60 miles per gallon, which is quite impressive, and quite at this time of where we're at now with rising fuel prices, very important, I think. So one of the reasons that I'm driving it at the moment is it's just ridiculously cheap to run, and I do quite a few miles. So it's currently on 80,000, let's call it 81,000 miles by the time it's probably sold. But looking around the car, you can see it's a really sporty looking thing. I love the wheels on this particular one. They got the two-tone effect, the black with a sort of chrome outer edge on them. They're in fairly good condition. One or two very minor nicks if you look closely at them, but nothing that would cause any alarm or make me want to refurbish them. Coming around the back, I do like these air intakes. I'm not sure if they've really got any purpose or whether they are just a styling cue. And the fact that it has got twin exhausts on it, this particular model. Again, I'm not sure if that's a styling cue or if it actually has got them, but you know, it does look really good from the back end, especially, I think. And there's an angle you can get just at this rear 3/4 here where it really does look quite racy, and it does look like a sort of AMG machine. So I mean, that's the whole purpose of this. Lots of nice features on it, lots of very highly sort of glossy black trim. And there's a lot of carbon inside it as well. So things like this here, the spoiler, it does look really excellent, I think. The wheels really do look great. You've got a nice healthy set of discs there at the back, 18-inch rims on this particular one, and at the front, look, you've got actual drilled discs in there, which do look quite meaty and quite fancy. But yeah, plenty of sort of scoops, ducts, that sort of thing, which give it a very racy look compared to the standard A-Class. So pretty car, and I think bright red has to be the right colour for this as well. Nice, it's got the side skirts on it as well. It manages to look sporty without looking too over the top or too ostentatious, I think, this car. So you know, all kudos to Merc, really. They've got the styling bang on for it. Let's have a quick look inside. So first thing, when we get inside the car, you notice these lovely sort of quite racy looking sports seats in the car. You've got the sculpted sort of headrests on them, alcantara and leather trim, red stitching to match the exterior on the car. At night, the Mercedes-Benz in here actually lights up as well on the door sill. That looks fantastic. I'll just step in behind the wheel quickly to show you a bit more. The car has got a keyless design, so just by putting my foot on the clutch and pressing a button down the bottom of the dashboard here, I'm able to start the car. It will tell me that I am due a service, but I know that. Okay, so I think what might have happened there is the car connected up to my CarPlay on my phone and knocked the video off. So I'm back seconds later. It's telling me that it needs a top up of service and a washer fluid top up, sorry, in a service. Obviously that's going to be done for whoever buys the car before we sell it. Digital speedometer, really nice layout on these dials, I think. Just very clear, very nice. Lets me know everything I need to know at a glance, which is good. nice controls here for the stereo. It's quite straightforward. If you've had a Merc before, you know that a lot of the tech is controlled through this here, and by pressing the star button here I can come up with the main menu. There's loads of tech in there. If it looks a bit flickery on the video, that's because it's a video. It doesn't actually flicker in real life, it's just the recording equipment. But I've got so much on here, including CarPlay, including sort of telephone media controls. I was just listening to a brand new Red Hot Chili Peppers album on my CarPlay just a second ago, and I really quite liked it. So it's nice to be able to do that sort of thing through your phone. I do like having this sort of tech in a car these days a lot more than I used to. I've got a driver aid here as well. If I press this button by here, see if it comes up on the screen for us. Yes, there we are. I can flick between various modes on the car, individual, adaptive, or eco settings. Comfort's generally the one I tend to find best, but it has got a sports mode. That does make the car a tiny bit more responsive. Not that it needs it, because it's got plenty of grunt in it anyway, to be honest with you. I do like the carbon on the dash. Again, lots of very good use of materials in this car. It's, you know, its use of materials I think is great. It looks very classy without looking ostentatious. I mean, there's nice bits of aluminium trim that come in, nice bits of carbon mixed in with some nice leather, and the alcantara on the seats is absolutely delightful. So separate controls for the driver and the passenger there as well, which is always worth noting, and a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is nice to use in fairness. Not like the old Merc gearboxes used to be, which were a bit clunky. This does feel very nice to use, very easy to use. Not much more to show you in here really. I could take you through every option on this thing, but we would be here all day. I mean, it's got so much on it, and I quite enjoy it. This particular one hasn't actually got the navigation on it, I should add. I tend not to use in-car navigation anyway. I do a hell of a lot of miles, and I'm saying that's loading something now, but it doesn't. I tend to use Waze on my phone anyway, and that was just bringing me to, yeah, my memory card's not inserted. Now, you can get a memory card, you can get it inserted and put nav on this car if you want to. Shouldn't cost you a lot if you buy one of them off eBay. They don't, as standard, come with that. What I use instead, I've got a little phone holder here. It's a proper one for this car. It slots in, it's not stuck on at all. It just holds on by the vents there. And I just put Waze on my phone. It's much better than the navigation you get in any car, because it gives you live updates. That little plug, free plug for Waze there. Anyway, let's turn this off a second. Let's get out the car, because there's more to show you out here. Now, briefly, I'm going to just show you the back. Not the most exciting place to be in this car. It is fairly spacious for what it is. I mean, it's focus sized essentially, so you're going to get a family in here. If you've got adults in there, they will be fine, but obviously it's not as big as a E-Class or a C-Class. That's why it's called an A-Class. But yeah, it's quite nice. It's got plenty of little sort of storage areas. You've got a headrest which does lower down there to give you a bit better visibility, and it's got the isofix points in the back as well. I mean, it's what you want from a car this sort of size, this sort of class. It is quite, nicely trimmed even in the back, and it has got rear ventilation as well between the seats, although it's not got separate rear ventilation controls. But I mean, I don't think you're going to be buying this car for its space in the back. I think you'll be buying it for the way it looks, and quite frankly, it's what, £155 a year to tax it, so it's pretty cheap on tax. It does 60 miles per gallon, which is very, very good, and that's real miles per gallon, real daily driving that I've been doing in it. I mean, Merc probably quotes something ridiculous like 80 or something. You would probably, on a run, if you were driving it like a nun, be able to nudge 70 miles per gallon at this car. For a car with the level of equipment that this has got, that's unbelievable. In the real world, not many cars do 60 miles per gallon. So it's cheap to run, it looks really good. It's got a decent level of performance. It's got cruise control. You've got to have that. And yeah, rear camera on it as well, which is one of the best I've ever seen, in fairness. One of the best rear cameras I've ever seen in a car. It's got sensors front and rear on it. To be honest with you, if you're looking for something that looks cool, it's cheap to run, and it's going to you know, keep its value, look stylish in years to come, because Mercs they do tend to be able to stand the test of time, and they do tend to, you know, age very gracefully. Then this is the car for you. So give me a call if you're interested in it. My number is 07932 873 646. This Mercedes is currently being driven by me, but it is going to be ready to take away pretty much whenever someone wants it. I'll just quickly service it a day before it's delivered, and I can deliver it anywhere in the country. It'll also come with a brand new MOT on it on purchase as well, so we'll have a brand new MOT, full service. There'll be no advisories on your MOT. Happy to take your old car, of course, in part exchange. If you've got a car to part X, let me know what it is. I will value it for you, and I will deliver this car anywhere in the country. Again, give me a ring and we'll work out a price for that. One more time, I'll give you my telephone number, which is 07932 873 646. Please give us a like and share the video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel for more cars like this, more updates and more motor advice and help. And feel free to comment below your thoughts and your experiences with the Mercedes A-Class. We're always interested to hear your opinions. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Have a great day wherever you are. See you soon.